Hi, I'm Josh Merwin, founder of the International Sports Film Festival, here with Michael Montgomery and Mikayla Pete. So one thing we're going to be talking about today is the kids book series that we're doing. Michael's the first person we're doing the kids book on. So part of what I want to do with the film festival is present unique stories from diverse character bases, especially for kids, to show them people like them doing interesting jobs, interesting careers, interesting lives, opening their eyes to new dreams and unlocking their imagination. So Michael grew up in a small town in Texas and was always a big guy.
Yeah, always.
Even more so to the point that when Michael was a kid, his friends would come over and knock on the door and ask to play with Mr. Montgomery. And Michael's mom was very confused because she didn't understand why her husband was playing with a bunch of little kids playing basketball. And so one day she opened the door and she's like, "You want to play with him?" And they're like, "No, the kid back there."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, you want my son Michael?" And so she scolded Michael, I think, in a funny way, and saying, "Don't make the kids call you Mr. Montgomery. You know, they're just your friends. You know, and they'll call you Michael." Michael's mom was a very accomplished athlete, played college basketball, Olympic basketball, college coach. Michael learned, I think, a lot about sports and life through his mom, and learned, you know, the benefits of one of the benefits of playing sports is that you can travel around the world. So we decided to do a kids book. And another interesting thing about Michael is that he, when he was in college at Texas A&M playing football, he collapsed on the practice field. He had a congenital heart defect that he didn't know about. They were able to rush him to the hospital, save his life, let him continue his playing career, and get drafted by the Green Bay Packers. So, you know, one of the things we want to do with the kids book is show kids that, you know, even if you have a medical issue, you can overcome it and still chase your dreams. So I guess, Michael, what were your initial thoughts when I said I wanted to do a kids book on you?
I thought it was a no-brainer. You know, I always wanted to, I think you put on this earth to inspire and empower people. So, you know, my story can empower young people that's going through any type of adversity, either medical or family or anything that's going on in their life, and, you know, find a way and still achieve their goals. So, you know, I was down for it.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, if we can educate the youth and the next generation, especially even on issues going on in society in a way that they learn through osmosis where it's not thrown in their face, you know, it's extremely beneficial. So when we were, you know, looking at doing the kids book, you know, I knew the storytelling part I could handle. The animation and drawing part I couldn't. So, you know, one of the things that's important, especially as we celebrate Juneteenth and with the festival in February of 2023, February 2nd through 5th of 2023, during Black History Month, is, you know, giving opportunities to Black artists. And so, lucky enough, me and Michael were in LA during the Super Bowl, met this great guy, Mike Pete, and we've got Michael's daughter here, Mike Pete's daughter here, Mikayla Pete, who is doing the art for the first kids book, and it's I think way beyond my expectations. Not as a reference on her, but I mean, Mike said, "I've got a daughter that's 16 that loves to draw," and I saw some of her work, and I said, "Okay, let's go ahead and try this." And you're going to be pretty wowed by what you think it'll come up with. So I'm going to bring her on camera now too. All right, so we did a little seat shuffling. Just want to say we're really fortunate to be here at Post Houston as part of their educational platform, just want to say we're really excited to be here at Post Houston as part of the educational storytelling and kids books at their Juneteenth event. So we got Mikayla Pete here. You know, I guess I'll ask you, you know, when your dad said, "I've got somebody that wants you to do drawings for kids books," what were your initial thoughts?
My first thought was like, so what is it about? Because this is something I've never done before, but I felt like it would be a great opportunity to like expand my horizons. And when he gave me like the little proposal about what the story was going to be about, I was like, okay, cool, yeah, I'm down. It seems like a lot of fun, and I wanted to help illustrate the story.
Were you nervous at all?
Definitely. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be up to par with what they're like expecting, but I'm going to give it my best.
You went way beyond expectations, and I'm excited to do more of these kids' books. So, I mean, how did you get into drawing and art?
It's been a passion ever since I was little. Ever since I could pick up a pencil, I've been into drawing. Just always had a love for it, and it's like a comfort place for me. So that's how I got into it.
Do you remember, what was your first drawing of?
My first drawing, probably of people. I've always loved drawing like people. Not much of an animal person, but definitely people.
Did you just start drawing with like crayon on the sidewalk? Like how? Like did you, for your birthday, were parents like, what do you want? And you're like, I want a sketch pad? Like how did that?
I started off like drawing on my dad's copy paper with like just a little pencil, and I'll draw little doodles. And then I progressed to like crayons and color pencils. And now I do digital art.
Cool. I mean, what are your career goals?
What are my goals?
Yeah, career goals.
You said for career? I'm not sure.
What are your career goals?
My career goals are, I don't think I want to go too deep into art. I've actually been more into like IT and coding as of right now, so I'm probably going to do something in the tech field.
Cool. Awesome. All right, I'm going to let you, so one of the things that we wanted to focus on, I did a questionnaire for Michael on what animal do you associate with, and he said lion, and I was like, this is perfect because we can title the book Heart of a Lion with Michael Montgomery. And I think animals, especially for kids, it's a good way to get them interested in the book. And I think his story is really unique and powerful. So I'll let kind of Michael and Mikayla talk for a few minutes.
So, you've been drawing for so long. So, what are your expectations? What do you think? Where would you want to move this story when you heard the story? What inspired you about this story?
I think the fact that you came up from the heart condition and you just kept on going and thriving, even though like in your circumstances, you didn't let it bring you down.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to be able to capture your, I don't know how to say it, but like like your courage and how like your experiences throughout your life that brought you to where you are.
When I think about the book, I always think about how it makes kids feel when they look at it. So the images you're going to be portraying is going to affect them emotionally. They see a page, they see some people, they see a kid going through some problems, and then they keep reading and they see a kid come out of that problem and better for it. And just capturing that, the ability to go through your struggles and come on to the other side and make good of it. So what, as far as the lion, what did you have an image of a lion or anything like that?
Yes, animals are not my strong point. So I've had like a dozen tabs open looking at different profiles of lions. I'm like, what should I how should I draw this?
That's good. That's good. Well, appreciate that. With the book and.
I think I have a question for both of y'all.
Okay.
Growing up as kids, do you remember kids' books with black characters?
Not too many. I think one that stuck with me was maybe the girl with the stripes. I forgot what it's called. No, not really. It was mostly white kids.
Yeah, I didn't see no kids, no black kids with any type of characters in children's book. I mean, they're out more today.
Yes.
More today, yes, but
I think that's which is great. I think we need to kind of ride that wave and create more.
And not only that, just all around the board, all diverse, all races, because you don't see that. So everybody having their own platform and inspired through every race and ethnic background. So I think that's very important to have it all across the board.
Yeah, I mean, even so, I'm talking a little louder because I'm further away, but I mean, even, to the point of like when we were trying to diagram the book out with like the story and what was going to go on each page, I had a huge issue on Google trying to find black cartoon characters.
Oh, yeah.
Even just to put in, to give her some guidance on what we want this to kind of look like.
Yeah.
And that's a huge issue. And then, even the cartoons, there's a cartoon called Handy Mandy, and it's a Hispanic character. It's handyman, and it came out in 2003, and I realized there were only 3 seasons of it.
Yeah.
But with streaming now, it's being reintroduced, and from my perspective, it's like, look, it's great you have a Hispanic character, but can we take Handy Mandy, and after 3 years, can you save enough money to then buy an apartment and then rent it out as a landlord, and then can you multiply that like the next year or the next season, and you buy 2 apartments and then 3, and then after 5 or 10 years he owns the whole building. So you've got this progression of income, progression of stature in the community, and just for kids when they're watching that, they're not just saying, oh, this is the guy that has a job. It's like, he's building a business and building a life for his family and multi-generations. And I think that's the biggest impact we can make with stories like this. It's not just show what you do on the field and what you've overcome, but what your interests are off the field. I mean, I know we interviewed you about Magic Johnson because you wanted to go into film and TV and kind of entertainment. And my question to you was like, what inspired that? What made you think you could do that?
I guess growing up as a kid, coming from a little small town, all we had was movies, and movies allowed me to think bigger than where I'm at in my circumstances. So it gave me motivation and inspired me to chase my dreams.
Probably create new ones, right?
Create new ones, exactly, and give. I always think about the young me, the young me. As I was a kid, I needed motivation, don't have a direction, and film, TV allowed me to inspire to do great things, to play pro, to be an actor, to be, a real estate, whatever, a business owner. So it inspired me to do things and overcome any obstacles through watching film and see how they overcome everything. So that's why I want to put that out there for smaller kids that need guidance and can inspire from movies.
Really thankful for Michael and Mikayla being here and working on this project together. Really excited to finish this book and future books and see kind of where this road leads. We will have this sketch, the animation part of it as well, on the website soon too. Thank you.